I found out the man I loved wasn't real. After I married him, buried him, and watched him show up to his own funeral in a different man's casket. Yeah, I'll say that again. He showed up to his own funeral. Want to know what's worse? I was pregnant. But let me start from the beginning, before all the bodies, the burner phones, and the fake names. His name was Caleb. Tall, polite, smelled like cedarwood and hidden intentions. We met at the DMV, of all places. I dropped my birth certificate, and he handed it to me with a wink and said, "You know this means we're basically married now, right?" I laughed. He asked for my number. The rest was a slow-motion fairy tale. Coffee dates, hiking trips, stolen kisses. He told me he was in tech consulting, said his family lived overseas, said he hated being in pictures. 3 months in, I asked about meeting his friends. He said, "They don't really know the version of me I'm trying to be with you." I thought it was deep, romantic even. 6 months in, he proposed. We got married in a courthouse, quick, quiet, intimate. He said he wanted to keep it just ours. Then one day I got curious and Googled him. There was no trace of Caleb, no LinkedIn, no articles, no birth records, not even a driver's license with that name. It was like he'd never existed. I confronted him one night. He didn't even flinch. "I don't like digital footprints," he said, almost annoyed. "Some people value privacy." But the next morning, he was gone. No note, no phone, just gone. A week later, the police called. There'd been a fire, a car crash, a man matching Caleb's description. Same build, same ring I'd given him, burned beyond recognition. Dental records, inconclusive. They assumed it was him. I planned the funeral. I cried like someone ripped out my bones. But something felt off. His phone was never found. His wallet was empty. And the crash report had a detail that haunted me. The car was rented under the name Elliot Carr. Who the heck was Elliot? 3 days after the funeral, someone rang my doorbell and left. No package, no footsteps, just a small envelope on the mat. Inside, a photo of me, sleeping, taken that morning. The back said, "You're not safe yet. Stay quiet." My heart nearly stopped. I rushed to the door. No one was there. That night, I stayed up watching old security footage from our house. He always made me keep the cameras off, for privacy, he said. But I'd secretly reactivated them after he disappeared. And there it was, him, alive, on my porch, wearing a hood, watching me. I hired a private investigator. I needed answers about Caleb, about Elliot Carr, about everything. 3 days later, the private investigator called me in a panic. "You're not the only one looking for him," she whispered. "I just got followed. This guy isn't running from you. He's running from something bigger." She emailed me a file. Inside was passport scans under 5 different names, an image of him wearing a badge for some agency I'd never heard of, a surveillance shot of me standing at my own mailbox. "Your husband's not who you think," she said, "and neither are you." Before I could ask what that meant, her line cut out. The doorbell rang again. This time, I didn't check the camera. I opened it. He stood there, alive. Same cedarwood scent, same eyes that used to make my stomach flutter. But this time, he looked terrified. "You weren't supposed to find out," he said, trembling. "They told me if you ever did, we'd both be unalived." "Find out what?" I whispered. He stepped inside, locked the door behind him, and handed me a flash drive. "Your name isn't Claire. You were part of a witness protection program. You testified against a man who runs one of the largest black market identity rings in the country. I was assigned to protect you. Marrying you was part of the job. But I fell in love with you anyway. I couldn't breathe. My life, my memories, fabricated, my identity, manufactured. My husband, my handler. So, what happens now? I asked, shaking. He looked out the window. They've found us. We run. The end. Or maybe just the beginning. Because now I don't know who I am. But I do know one thing. He lied about everything, including his name. And so did I.